Hello, welcome back to Giant Parenting, standing on the shoulders of giants, learning parenting principles from successful people. Hi, this is Claire. How are you guys doing? I hope you enjoyed our previous episode on principles of Montessori at home. We also learned about how the scientific evidence was able to back up Montessori's method. So from today, we're going to learn some practical implementations of Montessori at home from 0 to 3 years old. Today is a special episode about breastfeeding. I was just composing what I want to say about personal care, and one part will be feeding and as well as weaning. And I realized that actually there's so many things about breastfeeding which we all need to know about. So that's why here today we're going to just have a special episode on breastfeeding, and we'll talk about other things in the next one. For the first 6 months, if you can, breastfeeding is the best thing for your baby. It not only includes all the nutrients they will need from 0 to 6 months, it also would protect the baby from disease, germs, virus, bacteria, etc. from the outside world, because it's just so different to what their body was used to. Our milk provides the best nutrient and protection for our baby, because our body just so amazingly know exactly what our baby would need, so we'll be able to produce the right composition in our breast milk. I'm going to talk about a few points to consider when breastfeeding. First, I think it is important to decide whether you are planning to breastfeed or not before birth. If there's no medical reasons, please do give breastfeeding a try, because it is the best thing that would ever happen to your child. It not only provides the nutrition and the protections for your baby, it also helps and their babies to develop this strong, healthy relationship, which would be so important as the years go on. In addition, there are so many benefits for moms to do breastfeedings as well. So once you have decided that you want to give breastfeeding a try, it is important to know to get skin-to-skin contact as early as possible, ideally within 30 minutes of the birth. It will give breastfeeding a very good start as you try early. Also, the sucking motion signals body to generate milk, as well as help mom's womb to start contracting back to its original size. The second point is don't waste the golden liquid. Yellow droplets are extremely nutritious, and they are the best food for your baby when they were born. So don't waste them, and then don't discard them. Let your baby give them a try and start drinking those drinks as early as possible. Next point is latch on. I think the key thing to remember is that if breastfeeding hurts, something is wrong. Then it's not supposed to hurt. It's supposed to be a really enjoyable moment to bond with your baby. And while you breastfeed, your brain will release oxytocin, which helps to build the attachment between you and your baby. So breastfeeding is the most natural thing to do. Therefore, it should not hurt. And if it does hurt, there are a few things which you should check out to make sure whether those problems are hindering the success of breastfeeding. And when you do experience this, don't endure, don't suffer, and don't give up. Just check every possible causes and get those resolved. And it will be such a pity to give up breastfeeding due to some issues which could resolved and also eliminated. So, like I have mentioned before, the key to good breastfeeding is proper sucking. Sucking on the nipple by the baby is the signal to our body to produce more milk. Personally, I didn't get any formulas, didn't store any formulas at home, because I know during the late night there would be moment of weakness where I think maybe he's just not having enough milk. Why is he keep on crying? Maybe I should just give him a bottle. Of course, they would appear that you baby are well fed after giving them a bottle of formulas, because the formula milk is so much harder to digest compared to breast milk. So they will sleep longer and cry less, but it is the start of a vicious cycle. Because once they have the formula, it will take away their need and their desire to suck. And it signals the body that breast milk is no longer needed, so the body will produce even less breast milk. I know, as breastfeeding moms, it's so difficult to know how much your baby has eaten. And it is so worrying that maybe they are not having enough because you are not producing enough milk. So that was one of the reasons they might be crying. Or is there something you are doing wrong? Why are they on your breast forever and ever and ever? But it is all part of a normal process. Babies are different. Some babies are very good at this, and they are focused and driven and then very efficient at breastfeeding. So they can feed for 20 minutes or so, and that will be lasting for 2 hours or even 3. But some babies can be a really slow eater. They work on a little bit and find it so tiring, so fall back to sleep and wake up and have another sip. So all babies are different, and it is not very important to time how long they have been drinking. Just breastfeed on demand, and the good indication of well done breastfeeding is white nappies and steady weight gain. If your baby are growing and thriving, then you know you're doing the right thing. And don't worry about the size of your breast and thinking maybe I'm not having enough milk. Don't allow anyone, whether well-intended moms, mom-in-laws, or old lady next door, to stir up those doubts about maybe I'm not having enough milk, maybe he's hungry. Just believe in yourself and check out the nappies and the weight gain if you are worried. But then of course, if there are medical reasons, then if your health visitor is concerned about the weight gain and the growing of your baby, then do seek professional help. And maybe, unfortunately, some moms is not fit for breastfeeding medically. And now move on to the most important bit, the benefit of breastfeeding for moms. Everyone knows that breastfeeding is the best thing for your baby, but maybe some of us were not so aware that breastfeeding is also very important for moms. First of all, it reduces the chances of breast cancers in the future for breastfed moms. And secondly, it is such a good way to help you and your baby to build this strong attachment. Like I said, when you breastfeed, your body will release a hormone called oxytocin, and it is actually the same hormone they reduce when you are having a good time with your partner. So this oxytocin helps you to feel more in love with the person in physical contact, either drinking, happy hours, or breastfeeding. So it is very important. And this is also a good hormone which would make you happy. So for me, I totally enjoy the times when I come back from a stressful work every day to be able to have some quality time with my son Daniel during breastfeeding time. The next, breastfeeding is very calorie burning activity, not just for the baby but also for the moms. So I have been blessed to be able to eat as much as I like, and loads of meat, which is my favorite, during my breastfeeding times, but not gained any more weight. I have even lost 7 kilos of pre-pregnancy weight with eating a lot and not much exercise, because as a new mom, you don't have time to go to the gym. So this is our workout time without the sweat. So totally enjoy it. So those are a few of the benefits of breastfeeding for moms. I hope my short video here will help you to have some better ideas about breastfeeding and encourage everyone to breastfeed more. WHO recommended moms to breastfeed up to 2 years and beyond. I know it does sound quite weird to the Western culture and even to my friends back in China. I always been very proud to say, yeah, I am still breastfeeding and I want to do it at least when he's 2. And it's just such a good comfort for him and for me, especially when now I'm doing full-time at work, and to be able to come back to have that quality time with him is really important. And also when he's toddling around, they does develop the separation anxiety for not seeing you all day, and breastfeeding gave them this link routine back to when they were younger, to have this close relationship with moms, which are really totally enjoyable for them. Just to recap, for the first 6 months, breast milk is all you will need for your baby. When they're hungry, it's their food. When they're thirsty, it's their water. And when they're ill, it is their medicine. Of course, when they're really, really ill, you also need to give them some proper medicine, but breast milk definitely helps. When they're vomiting and when they're having a fever, when they're not feeling well, it's just a comforting too. And the composition of your breast milk will actually change, depends on the situation. This feedback from baby's mouths going into your breast to tell your breast what the condition the baby is in and what kind of breast milk is most suitable for them. So your body is such an amazing machine, and they will know exactly what to do for breastfeeding. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this video, and my little one is screaming in the background, and I guess a little bit breast milk will calm him down. Thank you, thanks for watching, see you next time.